Hey friends, it's your boy SVH coming at you with today's bowl of Saki by Hazrat Inayat for September 8th, 2024. The soul is either raised or cast down by the power of its own thought, speech, and action. The soul is either raised or cast down by the power of its own thought, speech, and action. And I could dive into a bunch of stuff with this, but I'm going to read Murshid's commentary here first. One should say to the mind, "Look here, you are my mind. You are my instrument. You are my slave and servant. You are here to help me, to work for me in this world. You have to listen to me. You will do whatever I wish. You will think whatever I wish. You will feel whatever I wish. You will not think or feel differently from my wishes, for you are my mind, and you must prove in the end to be mine." By doing this, we begin to analyze our mind. We begin to see where it is wrong and where it is right. What is wrong in it and what is right in it. Whether it is clouded, whether it is rusted, whether it has become too cold, or whether it has become overheated. We can train ourselves in accordance with its condition, and it is we who are the best trainers of our mind, better than anybody else in the world. Each individual composes the music of his own life. If he injures another, he brings disharmony. When his sphere is disturbed, he is disturbed himself, and there is a discord in the melody of his life. If he can quicken the feeling of another to joy or to gratitude, by that much he adds to his own life. He becomes himself by that much more alive. Whether conscious of it or not, his thought is affected for the better by the joy or gratitude of another, and his power and vitality increase thereby, and the music of his life grows more in harmony. The heart must be tuned to the stage and the pitch where one feels at one with persons, objects, and conditions. For instance, when one cannot bear the climate, it only means that one is not in harmony with the climate. When one cannot get on with certain persons, that one is not in harmony with them. When one cannot get on with certain affairs, that one is not in harmony with those affairs. If conditions seem hard, it shows that one is not in harmony with the conditions. The most important subject to study in this whole life is ourselves. Let me say that again. The most important subject to study in this whole life is ourselves. What we generally do is to criticize others, speak ill of them, or dislike them, but we always excuse ourselves. The right idea is to watch our own attitude and our own thought and speech and action, and to examine ourselves to see how we react upon all things in our favor and in our disfavor, to see whether we show wisdom and control in our reactions, or whether we are without control and thought. Then we should also study our body, for by this we should learn that the body is not only a means of experiencing life by eating and drinking and making ourselves comfortable, but that is the sacred temple of God. So the idea here, the soul is either raised or cast down by the power of his own thought, of its own thought, speech, or action. This is really it. We compose the music of our life. And Immersion says it right here. Each individual composes the music of his own life. If he injures another, he brings disharmony. When his sphere is disturbed, he is disturbed. And there is a discord in the melody of his life. So this is really what this teaches, is that We can either raise ourselves up to have a heaven on earth type life experience, or we can have a hell on earth experience life. It really is based on our own thought, speech, and actions. What we think, and how much we think about those things that we think about, what we speak about, what we put out into the world as affirmation of what we want or what we have or what we don't have, right? A lot of times we do that. We complain about the lack that we don't have, and that becomes a statement that becomes true and becomes empowered, which is not what we want. And action. The actions that we take, the things that we do, the things that we put into motion, these are all things that can either raise us up or cast us down. And I love, again, why these teachings speak so much to me. The musical reference. Each individual composes the music of his own life. The heart must be tuned to the stage and the pitch where one feels at one-ment with all persons, objects, and conditions. So again, you can see when you're not in harmony, when you're out of tune, right? And harmony is lacking in something, right? And a lot of times, if you stop to think about why you're feeling inharmonious, then you can realize that it's your thoughts. It's the things that you're thinking about. It's the things that you're putting your time and your energy into that don't serve your higher purpose, that are dragging you farther away from that joy and happiness that you're meant to experience naturally. It's part of who you are. It's what you are, but it's hidden under so many layers of disappointment and other things that we put ourselves through, mostly because of our own thoughts. So yeah, this is a deep one today. There's a lot to this one, a lot of layers, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. That's a lot to chew on just right there. The soul is either raised or cast down by the power of its own thought, speech, and action. There you have it, my friends. There's today's bowl of Saki, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another.